Hello and welcome to V8's Online's live and exclusive coverage of Race of Champions 3. Thanks to Extreme Sim Gear, Direct Clutch Services and Derek Spears Designs. Our fourth and final race. It's been over 2 nights and what a race we've got. The McLarens at Sebring International. It's going to be a great race. Joining me in the commentary box to call all the shots, Corey Slade. Corey, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. And good. All set for one final time of Race of Champions 3. And tell you what, I'm feeling a bit worn out after that Lotus 79 race, but I think we've got an absolute cracker coming up for us, coming up for all the fans again in just under 10 minutes' time.
It's been a brilliant Race of Champions, as always. We've had 3 different winners in as many races. So good to see, and so much unpredictability going to any of these races. And these guys now have to tackle 28 laps around Sebring Club, and they've got to throw in a bit of a fuel strategy in there with the pit stop as well.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I mean, the pit lane, as we touched on in the warm-up before, is actually really tricky here. So these guys are going to want to make sure they definitely do some practice, and also the rejoin. I mean, when you're in the middle of a race, rejoining this track, I'm not sure if you've seen it yet or not, Stan, man, you rejoin smack bang on the racing line on the exit of one of the corners where the car just naturally wants to drift out wide. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one to watch, and I hope our cameraman's got a nice old camera set up there on the exit.
Now, I'm not sure, Jay may still be on our comms. Is Jay, you still there, mate?
Yeah, I got you, boys.
We won't hold you up too long. We'll let you get your practice in, but your thoughts on this final race of McLaren's at Sebring?
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. It's going to be a tough race. Pit entry, as Corey just said, pit entry and pit exit are going to be the 2 hardest things. Because pit exit, I think we saw a lot of balking in qualifying due to the pit exit. So I don't know if you're on board with me now, but you can actually see when we come through the pits here, we come out. Right away you're onto the natural racing line just there. So it's really, really tough to stay out of people's ways and not cause a collision coming out of the pit lane.
Is that something you would use your in-game chat just to sort of let everyone know that you probably are coming out of the pits, just for people to have a bit of a heads up?
Probably won't worry about that with me because I'll be too far back in the pack. I'm going to pit on lap 1 pretty much regardless of how this start goes. So I'll get it out of the way nice and early, but actually quickly work out how much fuel I need to take. Haven't actually thought of that yet, so I better do some quick numbers.
Oh, well, that being said, mate, you've got 4 minutes, so we'll let you go, and all the best. We'll talk to you through the race.
No worries, cheers, guys.
There's a lot going on. Mr. Commentary, he's so used to kicking back here and having it easy up here in the commentary box, and now he finds himself crunching numbers and got to work out fuel strategy.
Yeah, a bit of a change there, Jay. And speaking of crunching, almost crunched a tyre barrier there on his way into the pit lane. But no, it's going to be good. I mean, they were saying they've got a couple laps of fuel in this car, and the pit's open at the end of the first lap. So, a bit of strategy here is going to be interesting. And when do you pit? And I guess you don't have the whole race though, so it is going to be pretty confined, and the field's going to be pretty bunched up, which has got me a little bit worried with the pit exit because, as I said, the racing line, the cars sort of naturally flow wide right where you rejoin, and you don't want to go out there driving on the grass to avoid. No, you don't want to have an accident either, but you don't want to be driving on the grass and giving up time at the same time. So it's going to be interesting, and like I said earlier, I really hope our cameraman has a nice little camera up there, and I'm glad I'm up in this commentary box again because I think it's going to be a little bit crazy.
You're not wrong. I think maybe off the top of my head, I think it might have been Jay that said there may only be about 6 or 7 laps of fuel to start this thing. So it's a long way to go on these. People probably won't do tyres. They'll probably just do a quick splash and dash. But they have to do 28 laps around here if they don't change tyres on the one set of tyres.
Yeah, well, you have to imagine, you're not going to take enough fuel to warrant tyres. Although I haven't really done that much racing in this car, so I wouldn't know what the tyre stop length is like. But it is going to be interesting, and I think this car is pretty good on its tyres though. As it's a GT3 spec car. In the real life, they can double stint these tyres, so they should be good. So watching a few guys now practice pit exit. Sorry, Sam, man, it's getting a little bit hairy.
That's smart by everyone here. It's obviously you can have a lot of time, won or lost coming into pits and pitting out. So smart move on these guys' behalf, just practicing pit entries and exits. So fastest in warm-up so far, Madison down a 1 minute .890. Check out the times. Justin Ruggier, 1 minute 8.94. So nothing in it between those two.
Yeah, really close at the moment, and that's another thing. It's such a short racetrack. I mean, everyone's sitting on top of everybody else. So, and because they're going to have to pit so early, you're not really going to have the chance to get into a bit of a rhythm and get a bit of a gap between people. So, and also hearing now that if you're in the middle or the back of the pack, you are not allowed to pit rather as soon as the green flag comes out. You have to have at least crossed the start-finish line. So, just so there's no incidents like yesterday with the class as a pit stop.
Smart move too, because obviously when the guys take the green flag, the leaders up the front. 30 odd plus car field. There's going to be a lot of guys that are near pit exit or pit entry, I should say. So it is a probably sneaky way of getting a bit of an advantage. So it's a nice move by the organisers to sort of rule that one out.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, the guys are going to get the green flag basically at the pit entry. So if you're in the middle or the back of the pack, you could take advantage by pitting in straight away, but thankfully the organisers have made sure that everyone knows that you're not allowed to do that.
So we're just under a minute to go before warm-up finishes, and then 28 laps around Sebring in these McLarens. Should be a lot of fun. Rolling start, as we touched on, and the guys have to make a compulsory pit stop. So this race got a little bit of everything, and it's almost like a mini enduro, although it doesn't take all that long. It's just shy of a minute to do a lap around here, so 28 laps, the guys are going to have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it sounds long, but with the track so short, it should only take just over half an hour. Like everyone's just getting their pit entry and exit perfected, which is always good to see. So, with just over 10 seconds to go, who's your pick on this one, Sam? In the final race of Race of Champions, can we get 4 from 4? Someone going to finally double up on that win?
Oh, I want to see 4 from 4. We haven't seen Madison Down grab a win yet, so how about I just choose Madison Down to mix it up?
Yeah, well, he's been in there in all the races so far, so probably want a safer bet. I'm going to go with Richard Hampstead, the pole man. He did a stellar lap in qualifying, and we'll start on pole 1 minute .468, over a tenth clear of the second place driver.
So the guys are gridding up now. As we touched on, Richard Hampstead over Shane Van Gisbergen, Josh Muggleton, James Stevenson, Madison Down, your top 5. And it is a rolling start, so a nice cruisy beginning, which is good, and hopefully we won't see as much chaos as we saw in the last race at Interlagos. So we'll quickly run through the order. We've got a bit of time as the guys start their rolling lap. It's Richard Hampstead, Shane Van Gisbergen, Josh Muggleton, James Stevenson, Madison Down, Scott McLaughlin, Justin Ruggier, Rens Brookman, Christopher Osborne and Anton De Pasquale for your top 10. In 11th, Mitchell Habrel, Corey Osborne, John Latham, Reece Gardner, Sean Kelly, Cal Watmore, Matthew Nethercote, Chris Tarrant, David Hingston and Matthew Barron in P20. In 21st, it's Clayton Brooks, Justin D. Janonenko in 22nd, Simon Black, Marty Atkins, Samuel Collins, Damien Butler, Jay Kennedy starting out in 27th, Nathan Britton, Richard Stanowicz, and Michael Karloff is in P30. The list still goes on, folks.
Sorry to interrupt real quick, Sam. I'm not 100% sure if we're going to get the green this time by, because the safety car's coming by the pit lane, so just double checking. Oh, there's actually a pile up in the mid-pack on this under safety car. I think there's a bit of confusion as if it's going this time or next time. No, we got a green flag.
We've got green on track, so there we go. The guys are underway, barreling into turn 1. Hopefully get a nice clean start. Everyone's staying out of trouble.
Oh no, we've got a spinner.
No.
We've got a couple of guys around into turn 1. They're off on the grass though, so it does seem like the rest of us are going to get through.
Looks like that happened around where sort of Cal Watmore was back in 16th position on the grid, so the guys starting to sort themselves out. But up front, it's your pole sitter, Richard Hampstead, leading over Shane Van Gisbergen, Josh Muggleton, James Stevenson, Madison Down. Your top 5 pretty much stayed the same from the start of the race.
Now, when they come around, the pit lane should be open, so let's see if any of these front guys do pull in. There was a bit of an accident, I think, with a bit of confusion on the start of the race. A few guys did run in the back of each other. The guys now coming up into the pit entry, and Richard Hampstead's into the lane. Looks like Justin Ruggies also in. He's coming very hot as well, so he's got to watch the speed limit there as well, obviously. I think he's actually fired off into the grass.
Be interesting to see how this plays out, whether it's a smart move. It's probably is a smart move to get over and done with, because if we see a safety car, that could really fall in Richard's hands.
You have to wait and see what's happened with Justin, because when he's coming to the lane, he's coming very, very fast and shot straight off onto the grass. But Richard's on his way back out now to keep an eye on the leaders. There's been actually an accident.
Oh, my name's James Stevenson. Looks like he's taken out Madison down. A massive incident. Stevenson had it off and took out Madison down. We're going to check out action replay of that unbelievable set of circumstances. Looks like he just touched the dirt, got sideways, and unfortunately Madison down was an innocent bystander.
That is a lot of damage to TTR McLaren as well there. The back of that car is completely destroyed.
Absolutely gutted. Stevenson was in P3, Madison down P4, and unfortunately that was just no fault of Madison, just a racing incident. Unfortunately Stevenson touched the dirt, but wow. So up front, it's Josh Muggleton by the looks of it.
We've also got Ben Gisbergen in the lane, sorry Sam man, so looks like he was the only one of the front runners. No, also got someone else there, I'm not quite sure who that was. We've got Van Gisbergen's come back out now and well clear of Richard Hampstead actually. He's got 2 or 3 cars in between and a bit more with a bit of time, so smart option to pit a bit later, you'd have to imagine.
So quickly going through the field, Josh Muggleton leads over, looks like Renz Brookman, P2 now. No, Scott McLaughlin, sorry, is in P2. All these times and results will start to flicker as they cross across the line. Then Renz Brookman, P3, Chris Osborne 4th, Anton De Pasquale in P5. But obviously a lot's going to change with these pit stops.
I'm a little bit surprised. I would have thought there'd be a couple more guys going in for the early stop.
Yeah, Sean Kelly, Chris Tarrant, they're all in now. Clayton Brooks. Samuel Collins is another one. Rob Leet, he's in the pits. So the action's already started up. I mean, who would have thought? Madison down, unfortunate incident there, and yeah. Just getting reports that Scotty McLaughlin may be having internet issues there, unfortunately, which could cost him big time, and he may even drop out of this race. Yeah,
he's been missing on my screen, having a few blinking moments, and he's back. Oh, he's gone again. No, back.
Yeah, his ping is sort of around 500 or 600.
Top 3 now in the lane also. Top 3, 4 even. Make that 5, 6. Top 6 in the lane. Now might be a...
Getting reports, our new race leader at the moment, Matty Barron, as all these pit stops start to take place. But the person we want to keep an eye on is Shane Van Gisbergen. He's probably the guy out front after having a pit stop. So
well, he's coming around now, and I tell you, he's going to get the jump on Muggleton as well, because here comes Josh. Oh, he's got it. He's actually going to get Richard Hampstead as well, so there you go. He's come out, he's got Nathan Britton in between him. But Van Gisbergen's done a fantastic pit stop. I wonder if he's taken a little bit less fuel, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's exactly right. We don't know how much fuel he's taken on board, and fingers crossed he doesn't have to fuel save, but still early laps. It's lap 5 of 28, so these guys still need to make their car go the distance and stay out of trouble. As we've seen already, there's so much that can happen. Apparently we just found out that Scott McLaughlin's fallen out due to internet connection issues.
Yeah, so we have lost Scott McLaughlin, unfortunately.
That's just part and parcel of our sport. I mean, you know, we talk about engine failures in real life motor racing. Unfortunately, that sort of falls under our category when your internet falls out. It's sort of that $2 part that can go wrong in real life racing. so many things to take into consideration with these cars. Their fuel burn rates burn different to different cars. You've got different fuel settings and map settings that you can have with these cars. So although they are running a controlled setup, everyone runs the same setup, but people probably do have that chance to mess with their fuel settings, and it should be interesting to see how this plays out over 28 laps.
Yeah, it looks like the field's now cleansed. They've only got 2 laps left to do their compulsory pit stop, so but it's looking like the majority of the field now have got it done.
Well, Matthew Nethercoat looks like he's fired up the escape road too, unfortunately. So these orders are starting to shuffle round as we check out on screen Justin. This battle heating up between Ruggier and Brookman.
They've got Chris Osborne just behind him as well, so doing a solid job there, currently in P6.
Got themselves a bit of a margin actually, because the top 3 have sort of, we've got Van Gisbergen, Muggleton, Hampstead, your top 3, but then Brookman and all a little bit sideways as Ruggier was just off on the grass there, but these guys find themselves sort of 5 seconds off that lead group. The one thing these guys, everyone adapts to cars differently at different times. Obviously Ruggier's got a fair bit of pressure from Osborne up the inside and gets a job. A nice clean move on Ruggier, so maybe Ruggier is not all that comfortable with the way his car is at the moment.
Yeah, one of the things with these cars, like I said, with the ABS in this, you can basically put your foot almost flat to the floor into the brakes and the thing will not lock up. I mean, I've tried it a couple of times and you just cannot get these tyres to lock with the ABS settings turned right up. It really does make it good for passing though, because you can have a really big, deep dive inside of somebody and still get the car pulled up and not lock up and drill their door.
Great little battle back here for 7th and 8th for Mitchell Abreu and Anton Di Pasquale. These guys, nose to tail, have been for a couple of laps just fighting around and trying to get the move done on each other. It's brilliant to watch, and we say it many times in the V8 Supercar broadcasts that there's so many great battles up and down the field. It's not just the leaders that have great racing.
Speaking of the leaders, we've got Joshua Muggleton who's closed up on the back of Van Gisbergen at the moment. Richard Hampstead not that far behind.
Now all our attention is going to switch to Hampstead now, because I want to see Hampstead win, so we've got four different winners from 4 events. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, he's just off a little bit, lapping at roughly the same pace. It looks like Van Gisbergen had a slow lap on the last one, so I'm not sure if that was a moment or just trying to save a bit of fuel where he can. But Muggleton is all over at the moment. He'd have to say, I'm not sure how the points are at the moment, but it's going to have to surely be between Joshua and Shane for the overall championship at the moment.
I think it's interesting with the way this has played out. We saw Shane Van Gisbergen win race 1 at Zolder in the Impalas. We saw Josh Muggleton take the win in race 2 at Homestead, Miami with the Legends. So these guys, totally different cars, and they're nose to tail here, really putting on a great show. Getting reports that Madison down after being involved in that big incident at the start of the race. He finds himself back in 20th place. He's got the car all fixed and slowly starting to pick them off one by one, but he's going to have his work cut out because he finds himself a good 30 seconds off the lead at the moment. And he's got his work cut out, no doubt. Nice move there with David Hingston, and then the next car in front of him is Matty Barron. So that moves Madison down into 19th place.
Yeah, he's going to need to pull off a Muggleton-like drive from that last race to make sure he keeps in chance for a shot at the championship. So we've got a car off just ahead of him there. Not sure who that was. Justin D. Domenico, I think it is. Got that one wrong from Day Dot. Oh, actually, we've got a car around to Britain. We've got Matthew Nethercott's in there as well. Corey Osborne's in there and Damien Butler. So we get a replay of that. There was a bit of an accident back there in the pack. This looks like Nathan Britton got in way too deep and tagged the back of Corey Osborne, I think it was. And just unfortunately for Damien Butler and Matthew Nethercott that they got involved.
Tell you what, while we're looking at that, the leaders, this battle has really heated up. We've got Richard Hampstead right there all over the back of Muggleton, and Muggleton is really letting Van Gisbergen know that he's right there and ready to take that position off him.
Yeah, it's definitely a good fight up front. We've got Justin Ruggier also further back, making a big move up the inside of Christopher Osborne.
Oh, up the front too, Muggleton makes up a big dive up the inside of Shane Van Gisbergen, runs it wide. And unfortunately, Van Gisbergen, he just does the crossover, but looks like Muggo just went a little bit too deep and couldn't pull it up. We'll quickly check out an action replay, but you'll see that he just takes that big dive under brakes and did a good job not actually to hit Shane.
And all that's brought Richard straight back into this mix here. He makes a bit of contact with Muggleton. Oh, we've got a car that's come out right in front of the leaders. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Matthew Nethercott. Wow.
Yeah, Jay talked about that a little bit earlier, saying that that pit exit is right on the racing line. So there was no intent there by Matthew Nethercote. It's just the way that the pit exit is, unfortunately. But check out this battle. Ruggier's definitely got his hands full. Osborne all over the back of him. And that's bringing Mitchell Abril and Anton Di Pasquale all into this battle. So this is all for a top 5 position.
Yeah, Ruggier pulled a good move on Christopher Osborne a lap ago.
Getting reports that Reece Gardner's had a bit of a moment. We're going to check out a replay of that.
Got a bit of a hand there from another driver.
Battle heading up for that last 10th spot. Cal Watmore and Chris Tarrant. You always try and aim for a decent finish, and sometimes, you just got to, score a top 10 finish and you can walk away with a bit of a smile on your face. But these guys battle it out, and it's like Cal's starting to pull away a little bit there on Chris. And the man on the move, Madison Down, now finds himself maybe up to 15th place as he gets that position on Simon Black.
Battle up front is really starting to heat up again. Muggleton is all over the back of Van Gisbergen, and Richard's just sitting back there maybe watching and just, biting his tongue, waiting for the right moment to pounce.
Yeah, there's enough separating these top 3 guys. They're nose to tail. It's brilliant to watch. We touched on it that Van Gisbergen and Muggleton have had a win, and it'll be nice to see Hampstead get up there and make it 4 from 4 different winners from 4 races, but still a long way to go. It's lap 14 of 28, so we're approached the halfway mark of this race, and it's anyone's at the moment.
And I can tell you, Renz is catching him. He caught about half a second that last lap. He's got the gap back from 6 seconds down to 3.8, so all this battling they're doing up there is really starting to help Renz, and he might just catch up to them before the end of the race. It looks like Muggleton ran a little bit wide there.
We go on board with Richard Hampstead. You can see Muggleton trying to look up the inside, just moves around a little bit in Shane's mirror, nearly up the back of Muggleton there too, but great pictures on board with Hampstead.
Look at Muggleton, he's trying to find a move. He's going to go around the outside. He's going to watch he doesn't drop wheel on the grass there. Can't quite get the over and under.
Of course, the one thing he's got to worry about trying that outside move is that Hampstead's right there and can pounce up the inside. So not only he's got to look out at the front, he's got to keep a real good close eye on the rearview mirror as well.
Further back, Renz again, another half a second that lap. So he's starting to close right in on this top 3. I said I think he's one to watch out for, not just because he's a teammate, but because he is the defending McLaren champion. Got James Stevenson in between him and the leaders at the moment, though.
As we're getting reports now, Madison Down has climbed himself up to 13th position. So he was 20th not all that long ago. Really got some pace back there.
Oh, we've got to move on the front. We've got contact with
contact!
Muggleton and Ben Gisbergen.
Oh, that's the last thing you want to do. That you don't want to get damaged, but geez, in that part of that part of where they made contact in the circuit, they were lucky not to fire off into the dirt.
Yeah, they were very lucky not to both go into the fence on the left-hand side. Looks like Muggleton now starting to get a little bit impatient. Feels he's got a little bit more pace now, just cannot get around Van Gisbergen.
And of course, you've been touching on it. It's bringing Renz right back into this. His pace, it's only down to 2.7 seconds now.
And
not that long ago.
And Stevenson just stepped out of the way, so Renz is almost on him.
It was almost 6.5 seconds not long ago, and now it's 2.7 seconds.
Now, if these guys up front, it's like Josh is getting another big draft. Van Gisbergen's going to cover. And he's going to move back again. Oh, Muggleton!
He's
on the grass!
He's gone! He's off! He's had to take the escape road. Lucky not to take out Van Gisbergen.
Where's he going to rejoin? He's behind Stevenson, so that's actually behind Renz. That'll be back in 4th position now. That was a brave move.
Unbelievable set of circumstances. This brings Hampstead right into P2 and Renz Brookman P3. So a big dive there by Muggleton. Couldn't quite pull it up and had to take the escape road.
Tell you what, having 4 different winners is still not over now. Richard is all over the back of Van Gisbergen. You have to wonder, is Van Gisbergen just saving a bit of fuel and holding these guys up, or have they just genuinely got just a little bit more pace over him?
Maybe. You did comment that his pit stop was extremely quick. Hammer was the first one to make the pit stop, but Van Gisbergen did make some ground, so who knows? Is he saving fuel? But
look at this.
Looks like
Richard,
Hampstead's going to make the move.
He's going to go around the outside, and Gisbergen's going to creep over a little bit.
Side by side. Going to try the under and over. Hampstead knows that he's got to try and reposition that car. He can't get the job done on the outside. This is working right into the hands of Renz Brookman.
The other thing Richard knows is he's got Renz coming at him really, really fast. I mean, again, Renz caught up another couple tenths. Oh, they're close up front, and I tell you what, Renz is right there now, so Richard wants to get this job done and get by all over the back of Van Gisbergen at the moment.
We're hearing a great battle back there with Madison Down and Samuel Collins. This is going to put Madison Down into P12 if he gets the job done. Tries to look up the inside. Puts him on the outside now. He's got the pace. Can he get him under brakes? Yes, he does. So P12 for Madison Down.
Back up front though, Richard is really all over the back of Shane again here. He's got a good draft. He was very close up next to the corner. Goes around the outside. Tried this last lap, couldn't get it done. Saw Muggleton fire it off up the inside, so look at this. Oh, there's contact! Look at Renz has got to run now on Richard. Renz is on the outside.
He's got tremendous pace, and he saw that Richard Hampstead got balked a little bit, and now he's all over it. It's a 3-way battle.
And we've still got 10 laps to go as well, so it's far from over at the moment.
These drivers are so incredibly close. Their lap times are brilliant. The racing is sensational. The guys positioning their cars in different spots on the racetrack. Try and moves up the inside and the outside. None of them able to get past Shane Van Gisbergen at the moment, but you can throw a blanket over the top 3.
Tell you what, that is super impressive for Renz to catch back up 6 seconds to get to these guys. And Justin Ruggie is also closing in now that they're still battling away. Joshua Muggleton now is actually losing time as well. He's a couple of seconds off the back of Ruggier, but back in 5th place after he's a off.
Yeah, he's got to be careful not to give away too many spots because, you know, we're not quite sure of the points yet, but Muggo may be looking pretty good, so he doesn't want to give away too much in these dying stages here at Sebring. So Justin Ruggier now slowly bringing himself into this battle. He's only 1.7 seconds off Shane Van Gisbergen, so we've got a 4-car train now.
He was another one that was about 6-7 seconds back off the lead at the end of the pit stops. And look at Richard. Richard is all over the back of Van Gisbergen at the moment. It's hard to take your eyes off this. Richard has it.
He's going to
contact.
Van Gisbergen's off. He's into the tyres.
Oh, what's that rejoice? Yeah.
Unbelievable. Hampstead making a move up the inside, makes contact with Shane Van Gisbergen, sends him off into the tyre barrier.
He had to get that done. He saw Renz coming. And Gisbergen now has dropped 4 or 5 positions. And we're going to wonder, has he got any damage? That was a fairly hard hit in the tyre barrier.
So your adjust order now, Richard Hampstead over Renz Brookman, over Justin Ruggier. That's your top three. So a fantastic chance of seeing 4 different race winners in as many races.
The question is now, who's got the pace out of these top 3? Because we may have just knocked out one, but we've still got a battle for first with 3 cars again.
We check out the onboard pictures here with Justin Ruggier. You can see Renz Brookman right in front of him. He's in a great position. He's in top 3 at the moment. Van Gisbergen, after that contact, finds himself from the lead back to 5th place on the grid.
Tell you what, every time someone attempts to catch up to this little group, someone gets knocked out, so maybe it's just supposed to be a battle of 3. Oh, Richard's off in the dirt!
Oh, he's all over the place! He's off!
Oh, he's held it! What a save by Richard Hampstead, and it gives Renz the lead. Oh, contact with Ruggier as well.
Ruggier's going to look around the inside. How did Hampstead hold on to that? Now it's 3 wide there, no, with a back marker. Unbelievable stuff. Richard Hampstead had a huge moment, gives up the lead to Renz Brookman, but now he's got to worry about Justin Ruggier, who's all over his tail.
But Ruggier's going to go for a bit of a look up the inside as well to turn 1. Contact, they're both around! They're gone!
Oh no! Justin Ruggier
Oh,
takes
he's
out
in
Richard
Muggleton as well! Muggleton's gone around! Who was that? Mitchell Abral's involved as well.
Oh, all our top runners!
John Latham's upside down. They're still going on. We've got John Latham who's actually managed to flip the car over.
Oh, who would have picked it? The one who's loving this is Renz Brookman. He's got some breathing space now, but unbelievable contact back there.
Can you believe that? From 6 seconds back, Renz Brookman now has the lead of the race, and he's got space.
We check out some of the action replays. You can see it all started with Justin Ruggier who tried to make a move up the inside of Hampstead. They had it coming together, and then unfortunately the guys that Muggo got in contact with Ruggier back there as Ruggier was trying to rejoin. So unbelievable set of circumstances.
Give you the official order as they come through now. It's going to be quite a bit different. We know Renz has the lead. What about the margin? Oh, he's gone from being in 3rd place, 9.1 seconds over Christopher Osborne. Van Gisbergen finds himself back in 3rd after being backwards only a couple of laps ago.
Who would have thought that so much has played out in the last 20-odd laps? Unbelievable set of circumstances. It's just so hard to believe what's been happening, but Renz Brookman now finds himself with a 9-second lead. Getting reports, Ruggier has had to make a trip to pit lane. Obviously too much damage with that unfortunate contact.
Yeah, that was a big dive by Ruggier on Richard Hampstead there, and unfortunately sent them both around.
Let's check out this action back here. Richard Hampstead. He's got his hands full all over the back there with Muggleton. We don't know how much damage these guys got out of that contact, but I think Muggo took a decent whack when he was contacted by Ruggier when he was coming around on that incident. We're just hearing through the comms too that after everything that's happened, Madison Down now finds himself possibly up into 9th position.
Yeah, the order's still correcting itself with guys having to pit with damage. Waiting for everybody to cross the line. Yes, he is 9th position for Madison Down after being, you'd have to think he was out of the race after that huge shot on the opening laps to James Stevenson.
We just commented on the last race of how good Muggo did in the last race to finish in the top 8, and it's very Muggo-esque, isn't it, of that last race. A good drive by Madison Down. Obviously a lot of things going in his way, but I'll tell you what, this battle hasn't gone quiet. The battle between Muggo and Hampstead.
Big battle for second now too, because Van Gisbergen is all over the back of Christopher Osborne. 10 seconds off the lead now though, these fellas.
Bit of a report from our man in the commentary box, Jay Kennedy, sitting in P23 at the moment. Unfortunately, he's 1 lap down, and obviously would have been nice to make up a couple more positions, but he's obviously had his fair share of dramas.
So many of the top runners now have managed to put themselves down the order with a bit of damage and facing backwards. It's amazing. Who would have expected? I mean, we thought the last race had it all, and this one maybe would be a little bit calmer, but no. Turned up upside down many times now. Looks like Richard Hampstead, Joshua Muggleton going at it. Back in 4th and 5th at the moment.
And not far behind them is Anton De Pasquale. He's slowly reeling in Hampstead. As Hampstead runs in a little deep underneath there with Muggo, but no contact there. But yeah, this is really pulling in Anton now. We check a little bit further down the field. Simon Black, Marty Atkins got themselves a nice little battle. This is a battle for 12th and 13th position. So many different things going on throughout this race. So many different challenges and battles. It's hard to keep up, but that's exactly what we expect from race champions. The battle up for 2nd and 3rd place, Christopher Osborne over Shane Van Gisbergen, and there's only, as you can see it, there's only half a second in it. Shane would be pretty keen to get that position back from Osborne after that unfortunate contact there with Richard Hampstead. So many twists and turns in this race, and I'll tell you what, it's lap 26 or 28, so we're not that far to go.
Yeah, only a couple laps to go, and we might see that 4th different winner in 4 races. It just goes to show the amount of talent we have in this field. You know, over 4 races, each driver to sort of show their hand in their specific kind of cars they enjoy.
Just checking out the battle for 4th, 5th and 6th. Muggleton, Hampstead, Pasquale. These guys haven't given up yet. They may be out of that top 3 position, but all these guys are thinking about are points, 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 because at the end of the day, everything needs to be tallied up to find out who will be your overall champion for Race of Champions.
Anton De Pasquale up inside of Richard. He had a look there, couldn't quite get it done.
Looked like maybe a bit of contact there too, so Anton pretty keen to get the job done.
Richard got a bad run out of that corner as well. Dropped the right-hand side wheels on the dirt. Like Anton really wants to get this job done here.
Can he move up the inside?
Has a look.
Oh, he's a long way back.
Oh,
he's going to put the nose there. Oh, the Hammer's just moved over and given him the spot.
Yeah, I wonder if Hammer's got a bit of damage after the contact. I mean, he smacked the left side on Van Gisbergen and then got the right-hand side smacked up as well. So a bit of damage maybe to the TTL McLaren.
This battle hasn't stopped up front. Chris Osborne, Shane Van Gisbergen, the guys are on the last lap, lap 28. So while all this has been happening, the race has slipped away from us. Our leader, Renz Brookman, 9.3 seconds lead over Christopher Osborne. He sat back and watched all the carnage unfold. He's driven brilliant. The pace he had late through that race was just sensational to bring him back into contention.
Yeah, to come back from 6 seconds behind the leaders to come back and win by almost 10 seconds is just absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, up front, also we've got Chris Osborne and Shane Van Gisbergen battling out. Shane tried to look around the outside, couldn't quite get it done.
Renz Brookman will take the win. Looks like Christopher Osborne's going to hold on to 2nd place just over Shane Van Gisbergen. He's trying.
Shane's right there, he's going to bump him. Did he get him?
Couldn't get him there at the end.
Brilliant race. Josh Muggleton looks like he'll hold on. For 4th place, Richard Hampstead 5th. Anton De Pasquale. Something happened to Anton because he finished in 6th. Sean Kelly comes across the line for 7th. Chris Tarrant in 8th. Madison Down, a remarkable driver. Madison finishing 9th. Justin Ruggier will finish just inside the top 10 in 10th place. The cars are still coming across the line. Unbelievable. You wouldn't have picked a Corey. So much action.
Yeah, that one was going off from the start to the finish. And hey, well, didn't know, again, just like the other one earlier tonight, did not know where to look. There was always action, always a fantastic battle.
Now, it'll take a little while for the boys to calculate the points. Hopefully we can get it to you before the broadcast ends, but you may just have to tune into our Facebook page and find out who the overall champion will be. But the best part is Renz Brookman taking the win tonight. That's 4 different winners from 4 races.
I've also been joined by Jay. How was that one for you, mate?
Yeah, that was a lot better than the last three. Just had a little bit of a incident. I don't know if you saw before the start. Got launched into the air with a few guys checking up behind and fixed the car up, and it actually felt really good. So I'm really happy with that 23rd. So good effort. Very happy.
How were they to drive around that, mate? Did they start to really be a handful come lap 28?
It was rather tough. It was a very, very different setup to what I'm used to. Really loose in comparison to what I'm used to. So, but no, I really enjoyed it. It was a very, very good stable set, and I guess everyone had the same setup, so it doesn't really matter how it was to drive.
No doubt, Race of Champions has definitely lived up to it. It hasn't disappointed us. We've seen 4 different race winners from 4 races. Brilliant event. It may take a little while to calculate who our overall champion will be, but don't forget to check our V8s Online Facebook page, and we'll keep you up to date as soon as the results come through to us. But we'll quickly check out our Race 4 results. And your winner, Rens Brookman, over Christopher Osborne and Shane Van Gisbergen. Great battle those guys had for that second and third place on the grid. Josh Muggleton comes home 4th place. Richard Hampstead in 5th. Anton De Pasquale 6th. Sean Kelly 7th. Chris Tarrant 8th. Madison Down, great drive to come through the field after that unfortunate incident. Coming home in 9th. Justin Ruggier in 10th place. In 11th place, we've got Samuel Collins, Simon Black, Mitchell Abril, Clayton Brooks, Marty Atkins in P15, Reece Gardner, David Hingston, Desmond Halland, Scott Fontaine, Matthew Barron, James Stevenson, Damien Butler in 22nd, our very own Jay Kennedy, good job mate, 23rd position, Richard Stanovic in 24th, John O'Barry in 25th, Matthew Nethercote, Nathan Britton, Corey Osborne, John Latham and Cal Watmore as your top 30. Over the page, we see Justin D. Jolomenko in 31st, Robert Leet in 32nd, Scott McLaughlin in 33rd, Michael Karloff in 34th, Stuart Wood in 35th, and Ben Rothberg in 36th. Well, Race of Champions didn't disappoint, boys. We saw a bit of everything.
Yeah, that was fantastic, and that's going to go down as the best race of champions so far. And like I said earlier, we've got 12 weeks to wait for the next one, and I'm already gearing up for it and getting excited.
And join us in commentary box is our most recent winner, Rens Brookman in the McLaren, mate. Congratulations, mate. Great drive.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Was a lot of fun. A lot of chaos around me, and managed to stay out of trouble.
It was brilliant. We watched you charge. I think when the leaders were battling it out, I think it was the gap may have been to about 6.5, 7 seconds, and you just slowly pegged them off, and your pace was incredible throughout the race, and you caught up to them, and then the world opened up, mate. They decided to take each other out.
Yeah, when I was behind them, I was just hoping they kept battling. Really, I think if they would have just drove, then I don't think I would have caught up, and. I think Richard got in trouble or something with a back marker, which gave me the speed to get past him. And then I saw in my mirror that both Richard and Justin spun. So only thing I had to do was keep it clean and keep it on the track.
Well, congratulations. It was brilliant to watch, and we were all rooting for you because it was brilliant to see, because that makes 4 different winners over Race of Champions. So congratulations, mate. It was a great drive. Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Now we've got a number of people joining us in the commentary box at the moment, but first we'll have a quick chat to Chris Tarrant, mate. Rounding success, mate. 4 different winners, as I just said, over 4 races, 2 brilliant nights of racing, and mate, we saw a bit of everything.
Well, it's good to see, and that's what the Rock's all about. So, firstly, yeah, thanks to the drivers, particularly. There was some good racing in front. It was hard to race actually. I think I would have preferred to stop and watch the stream, watch you and Corey do your stuff. So thanks to the drivers, I guess, firstly, and yourself and Corey. But yeah, I couldn't be happier. There was every single race there was controversy and people screaming, but bottom line, everyone had to dig in, do their best, and work with what they got. So it worked to a T, and I think anyway. And yeah, So far, so good. Look good.
Mate, you've got to be incredibly proud. Race of Champions is always known to throw curveballs, and that's exactly what we got this series. And no doubt when you sort of take some time out and kick back and watch the telecast, I think you'll be pretty happy with what you've achieved. And like I said, four different winners from 4 races is brilliant.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, appreciate that. It's a lot of work goes into it. It's surprising, but for one man band, it's a lot of work. But luckily I got Simon from RSO helping out, and Stuart helped with some admin tonight. So no, really glad it panned out. Rockfall will only get better. Old cliche, but yeah, there is some stuff in the pipeline with multi-class and weight and stuff like that. So watch this space, more to come.
Right, mate, and obviously you've got a bit of work now behind the scenes to calculate the points and crunch the numbers to find out who our Race of Champions 3 overall champion is. So I'm guessing they can head to your webpage. Where we direct them for, maybe on Facebook, to get all the latest details?
Yeah, just crunch the numbers now, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I might be able to get that done during the stream. If not, it'll be up as soon as possible tonight on the Facebook page, Direct Clutch Motorsport Facebook page. And also following that will be the draw. As you know, Derek Spears come on board and donated free of charge a button box, which is fantastic. And like I was saying, in ratio 1, there's more sponsors coming on board, so there'll be more prizes and incentives for people in the future. But yeah, there'll be a Derek Spears button box given away tonight too. So stay tuned, and I'll try and pop back a bit later and let you guys know who the race winner was.
Brilliant, mate. And yeah, big shout out to everyone who helped put this all together. Those Derek Spears button boxes are sensational. So what we'll do, we've got a few more drivers joining us in the commentary box. So in no particular order, we'll just flick down and we'll have a look. Josh Muggleton has joined us here. So Josh made a win in race 2, a sensational comeback in race 3, and mixed emotions for race 4.
Yeah, it was a tough race of champion, that's for sure. Yeah, had 2 good results and 2 okay ones after getting taken out by different people by mistake or whatever, but that's fine, and that's Race of Champions, and yeah, it was good fun though.
Certainly does throw curveballs, and we keep talking about it, you know, reverse grids, different racetracks and car combos, and there's always a little bit of action that sort of mixes things up, so no doubt you'll be looking forward to the next one.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great event, and it's good fun, and it sort of, we get to let our hair down a little bit and drive something different and have a bit of fun rather than the normal V8 series. So yeah, no, I always pencil this in my calendar for week 13. So yeah, it's great fun.
Also joining the box, Justin Ruggier, mate. You certainly had your fair share of dramas in that one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, pitted first lap, and yeah, the car. I had a great dice with Christopher Osborne. What a great driver he is, and yeah, I was just enjoying myself and started catching the front guys, and eventually caught up to Richard there, and unfortunately, yeah, just turned in on me, and yeah, obviously that's the end of that. And I think I ended up when I spun after that, I think I hit Josh, unfortunately. So unfortunate to him, but congratulations to the guys who done very well in every single race, and let's see who the winner is.
Yeah, hopefully before the telecast ends, we'll be able to get that news to you. So we'll also chat to who's joined us. Madison Downs in the box too. Madison, you had your fair share of dramas. You're up the pointy end, got involved in an incident, and clawed your way back for a 9th place, mate.
Yeah, it all went a bit pear-shaped in that last race, unfortunately. I had a really good run in the first 3 and finished on the podium in every one, and had really good pace. But in, yeah, that last McLaren race, yeah, unfortunately, car looped it in front of me, and I had nowhere to go but into the fence. So anyway, fought back, had a lot of fun working my way back through the field, and got up to ninth in the end, I think. So no, a lot of fun, the Race of Champions, and got to thank Chris Harrett and Direct Clutch for putting it on. It's always a blast to watch, and this is really the first one I've done, and it's a blast to race in as well. So cheers, guys.
Yeah, we didn't touch on that a little bit on the telecast, but you were almost close to not making the event this week.
Yeah, I was a ring-in. As it turns out, I was able to make it, and I got on to Chris as soon as I found out I could last night, and yeah, luckily enough, there was a spot available and I was able to race.
Also joining us in the box, going down the order, Matty Barron. Matt, tell us a bit about your Race of Champions experience, mate.
I was a lot the same as Rock 2 for me. Got taken out by crashes that happened in front of me a couple of times, and then yeah, just had some good battles with some guys. Took out Desi from Power Bond in the first race, unfortunately. So, but yeah, it wasn't too bad overall.
Out of all the different car and track combos, mate, you got a favourite there?
Oh, the first one with the nationwide car and at Zolder, that was a lot of fun to just hang the back end out and just go for a big slide around the corners.
Also joining the box, Mitchell Abril, mate. Like everyone, I'm going to say it to everyone, everyone's had their fair share of dramas throughout the 4 races, mate. How was the last one for you?
It was going very well. I was very happy with where I was sitting, and yeah, I was thinking to myself I might get a top 4 spot here in the championship, but it all got undone pretty quick. But I'm pretty happy with how everything went. But anyway, that's racing, and yeah, I'm happy with the end result, how we went with the first 3 anyway.
It's definitely interesting, format. These guys, for all you drivers, how do you find yourself where you're sort of sitting by your email waiting for that elusive email to tell you what car and track combo? Does it get a bit nerve-wracking?
Yeah, it does, because beforehand you practice with the car that you think you're going to have and a track that could suit it, but then you try a track that won't suit it just to try and keep all your options open, and then yeah, when you get the email and see what track it is, and yeah, you just go from there and practice as much as you can within the 20 minutes and do your best.
Someone else kind enough to join us in the commentary box, Nathan Britton. Nathan, mate, ROC3 done and dusted, mate. How did you find it?
Yeah, once again, awesome. Well done to DCM and Chris Tarrant for putting it on.
How was your results in that last one, mate?
Last one wasn't very good for me, but it was still getting.
Sorry, mate, we just had a couple of dramas there with you breaking up a bit, but yeah, everyone's had their fair share of mixed dramas, but I think that's what ROC is all about. A brilliant event, and like everyone, we all can't thank Chris enough, but who else have we talked to? Richard Hampstead, mate. You were right in the thick of it for that last race, mate. Tell us a bit about your experience for ROC3.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I was a bit hot and cold, qualified, the back half of the top 10 twice, and got a pole and a second for the other 2 races, so wasn't quite consistent enough to challenge for the the title, but not too bad a showing, I guess. Big thanks to Chris, of course, for the organisation and stuff.
Yeah, sensational race, mate. Do you have any way of sort of preparing yourself for this event? Because it's such an unknown. We get some sort of idea of what car and tracks we're going to run, but those combinations are just, we just have absolutely no idea.
No, not really. I just, when it gets to 6 o'clock, I sit by the, inbox and wait until we see the car track combo.
Also joining us, Shane Van Gisbergen. And Shane, you took out the win at Zolder in the Impala. You were running up front. You had great dices all throughout all races, but fair share of dramas in that last one, mate. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, you're right. No, it was quite good. Got a good start, good pit stop and stuff, and then just I guess my style didn't suit these cars, braking a bit late, wore the fronts out, so I was quite slow, but had a bit of a train of cars behind me that I wasn't letting through, but got punted pretty well, which was a bit average, but it worked out pretty good. I think he got taken out the next lap, but I don't know where we ended up points wise, so I'll wait for that, but we were reasonably consistent over the races, so that was pretty fun. It's a great event. Always try and make it, so thanks to Chris and the Direct Clutch team. It's pretty cool, and thanks for your guys' effort too.
Cheers, mate. We appreciate it. No doubt you would have been pretty happy with the Impala at Zolder, but other than that, a favourite car and track combo for ROC3?
Yeah, that one was pretty good, but I reckon the Lotus was probably the best race with Madison and Ben there. Like, obviously probably the 2 top Aussie drivers I rate, and to just run with them was pretty cool. And I probably was, like Madison was saying, only keeping up with Ben because of the slipstream. But yeah, that was pretty intense. I was pretty sweaty after that one. Bit of wheel work going on.
Oh, well done, mate. Now we've just heard that the points are incredibly close, and the guys are really going to go over them with a fine-tooth comb. So we're not going to be able to find out till after the stream. So we suggest you jump on Facebook, and you can check out our V8's online Facebook page. And we'll have all the results there for you as soon as they come to hand. So Wow, so much happened and so many people in and out of the commentary box. Have I missed anyone? That looks like we're all right. Corey, thanks very much for your efforts, mate. It was, we had our work cut out for us, but so much action over 2 nights. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Definitely going in the books as the best race champion so far, I'd say. And big thanks to all the drivers and obviously Chris for putting it on, and yourself and Sebastian for everything for V8s Online did. And it's been a blast to come back in the commentary box with you.
Yeah, we appreciate your efforts, and a big thanks and shout out to the man that no one hears is Seb behind the scenes. We appreciate all your hard work, mate, and thank you for all your efforts. And Mr. Kennedy, mate, it's time to put away the sweaty race suit and jump back in the commentary box for a new series of V8 Supercar racing.
Yeah, can't wait. Next week, 30 laps of Alton Park. First race back. You'll see a massive improvement in our broadcast quality starting from next week with our association with V8 Supercar Fan Group. Really looking forward to it.
Well, I think that just about wraps up things. Another brilliant race of champions. I know everyone is already itching at the bit, and we know Chris is already working behind the scenes on Race of Champions 4. So we can't wait to bring that to you. But now everyone's mind will switch to V8 Supercar mode, and we'll get the first round of the iRacing V8 Supercar Series underway for 2013, and that'll kick off next week. So we're all looking forward to that. So big thanks to everyone behind the scenes. You've been watching V8 Online's live and exclusive coverage of Race of Champions 3. A big thanks to Extreme Sim Gear, Direct Class Services and Derek Spears Designs. And a big thanks to Chris Tarrant putting together this wonderful, wonderful event. And we can't wait for Race of Champions 4. I'm Stephen Sandman Clark. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you all next week for the opening round of the iRacing V8 Supercar Series here with iRacing and V8's Online.